Hello, welcome back. Welcome to grossi-code. My name is Junior Grossi, and we are recording a series of videos about some refactor we are doing in our CLI Dictionary application, okay? Well, what we did last video was adding dependency injection. Dependency injection container. So we have already some rules about how to create instance of MongoDB dictionary repository. We also have a map for the interface, and in our console.php we create the container, load the PHP definitions, and we also created the container, and we are already receiving an instance of sync dictionaries class using the container. Okay, what we are gonna do right now, we are gonna start setting up the PHPUnit framework. We are gonna be able to create unit tests, and we are gonna have just a single video to explain how it works and how we should set up it, right? So basically, what we are gonna do right now is we are gonna compose require development PHPUnit. We are gonna add PHPUnit first. While it's being added, installed, the goal we have is to, let me open this class. Okay, we have the MongoDB dictionary repository class. We are going to create tests for it. Something very interesting that we have here is that, for example, if we would like to test this method, get by language, what this method is doing actually, this method, we send an array of databases, correct? And we have a collection here. And in the collection instance, we are calling a method called findOne, and we are passing an array of configurations, filters, etc. Right? So this is a dependency of my class. This collection, it came from here, and this database came from outside. Okay. So what I should do in this case, I should do the collection instance. What I should test is that the collection instance, we are calling a method called findOne, sending an array like this. Okay. So we already have PHPUnit installed here, and what we are going to do basically is we are going to create our first test class just to make sure PHPUnit is working fine. How we do that? Probably you already saw something like this. We are going to create a new directory called tests. And in here we are going to create in classes for each class we would like to test, etc, etc, etc. Okay, this is a perfect approach, to be honest. I would like to be a bit simpler. I would remove this tests directory, and what I'm going to do is inside the same directory I am with the MongoDB dictionary repository class, I'm going to create another class called MongoDB, the same, dictionary repository test, right? It's the same name but with test in the end. We are going to extend test case from PHPUnit framework test case, right? Okay. When we installed PHPUnit, it adds let's say a command for us in vendor bin PHPUnit, right? If we run it, it's just the PHPUnit asking, showing us a lot of different options. If we send source, what is source? src. src is the folder where we have the classes here. We have a lot of different classes, etc, etc, etc. But if we run it, we have a warning saying that no tests found in class. What we are doing here is that PHPUnit already found this class. Why? Because we added the test suffix to it. Every single PHPUnit by default looks for classes with the test in the end of the name of the class, and we have this here, right? So that's why it's already working. So if we create, let me remove this and this. If we create our first test here, let's call it full. I would like to discuss something about this naming convention here. Usually, we should use camel case for method names in PHP, correct? Like we have in MongoDB dictionary repository, get by language, right? This is a standard. But the point is, sometimes it's hard to read quickly something that's very long. So I think at least for only for example, some methods inside the test classes that, for example, test cases, test methods, it's interesting to use snake case. For example, I am testing. This is another convention PHPUnit has. Every method in the test class that starts with the test word, it's a test method, right? If I have another method here that's full, it's not going to be considered as a test method, okay? So we are going to test PHPUnit is working as expected, right? What we are going to do here, only as a first test, we are going to search true. It's going to pass for sure. If I open my terminal and I run that again, it is working. Okay, one test, one assertion, right? We have 100% here. Okay, cool. If I change this to false and I run it again, it's failing. Oops, okay, it's failing. Failed asserting that false is true, of course. So failures, test, one test failed, one assertion failed. In total, failures 1, okay? What we are going to do right now is, PHPUnit is working already with some assumptions, but it can work with a configuration file. I already have here, of course, if you visit, if you search for Google for PHPUnit configuration file, you're going to see a lot of different stuff. And for example, PHPUnit configuration file, you're going to see that we have this page here with a lot of different options. You can read, it's very good to understand all the options we have, etc. But the point is, we are going to be using a simpler XML file for PHPUnit I have here. What we are saying is the bootstrap for PHPUnit is vendor autoload. I am loading Composer before running the let's say the tests classes I have. And I am also selecting colors true here. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna create a new file called phpunit.xml, and I'm gonna put that content inside it. Just adding this, if I run PHPUnit again, we have colors. Red one. If I fix that test true, we are gonna have green because it's working. All right, good. If you are using PhpStorm like I am, we have a lot of different stuff we could learn here. If you see our test class, we have this button. If we click, we can run test PHPUnit is working. If I click it, it run it. It's working, as we can see, and tests passed 1. If we change to false and we test it again, tests failed, 1 of 1. So, and we also can run all the tests we have in a class. We just had one, so that's it, okay? It's very interesting to run tests inside PhpStorm. You can have some shortcut like I have, and it's very handy. Just run the last one, run for the class. It's very easy to understand what is happening, okay? All right, so another interesting point I will add here is that we can run tests debugging. If I add a breakpoint here and I select the test case and click debug, I am in this class. I just for example stopped it here. I can see what I have in all the properties, all things I have. I can, for example, visit this assert true method. I can see what is happening. I am already inside the source code of PHPUnit. So we can go line by line, debugging the code, understanding what is happening with the code you wrote, with the, for example, test you wrote, because it could have a bug, for example, right? So it's very interesting this here. Just make sure when you run PHP version, you have Xdebug installed already. If you don't have it, just pickle install Xdebug and that's all, okay? It's gonna install the Xdebug extension in your PHP, right? Okay, so in the next video, we are gonna start really writing tests for the MongoDB dictionary repository. We are gonna be learning about how to mock classes, and so that's why the container dependency, the dependency injection container is so important for us, because we are going to be writing unit tests. We are going to be testing only the unit of that class, okay? I hope you like it, and that's all. See you in the next video. Cheers, bye bye.